Danny.
Aloha.
Hey, so
What
real
happened?
quick before you, yeah, I know. I was like, I hope you don't dream me right away. Okay, so this is what happened. About a month or so ago, we called this number a month ago, this laundromat, and I told you they were trying to sell it, they didn't sell it. And they were trying to sell it about 3 months ago. I contacted because they were trying to sell it on Marketplace. So you could see the salesman's like info, the profile. So I clicked on it, some Carlos Hernandez. So I figured,
Facebook Marketplace.
Googled him up. Yeah, he was trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. And this Carlos Hernandez, he looks like a little just, independent salesman, small little business. So I figured, I'll reach out to him, see what happened. So I called him, he answered. And, we kind of shooting the shit. He seemed kind of laid back. So I was like, okay, did you ever sell the place? He goes, nah, she never got what she was asking for. She was asking too much. And there's like cash business. So she didn't have the, numbers to show her numbers. Or there were.
She didn't want to show the numbers because she's failing or she wouldn't be selling it.
Correct.
Now, all of this transpired after you hired me to call?
This laundromat I was scoping, remember, because I had the little communication.
That's why we
no, you don't. Okay. Yeah. I had a miscommunication with your whole Tuesday's your day. And I waited 4 months to actually text you to say I'm ready. Remember? That was my yeah. So that was my screw up. So in the meantime, I was scoping this laundromat out. So kind of trying to do stuff, half-assed. But anyways, I didn't mention anything. All I said was, so you're no longer selling it? He goes, no, I don't. That's that. I said, oh, because I was wondering maybe if you happen to have information, maybe you can pass it over.
I'm thoroughly confused. You're telling me I want to know about the car crash, and you're telling me that you woke up in the morning at 6 a.m. and you put your pants on one leg at a time. You don't remember if you buttoned your pants or not. Which store is this? Which location? Okay, first one on the list. The person that you spoke with was the broker trying to sell the business, right?
Correct.
Okay,
so I talked to him, and I told him, he said, well, I no longer represent the client because, they didn't come to deals or whatever. I said, well, maybe you can pass me on the information because I'm actually not looking to buy the place. I just want to lease the place. He goes, oh, unfortunately, I can't do that. I was like, okay, well, yeah, he said he couldn't.
Why?
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, because I don't buy laundromats. I just lease them. I retool them. He goes, well, unfortunately, I can't pass this information. And I said, well, I understand.
Did you know the address?
All right. Yes, I knew the address. Yeah.
So then why did you call the business broker to try to find out who the operator was?
I was just trying to get information because I knew he had information,
David,
and he was trying to sell it. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
There's an operator of a laundromat. His name is Bob. Bob doesn't make any money. Bob could never really figure out how to make money because Bob bought the laundromat for $300,000. He took the first $150,000 out of his 401k and drained it dry. He borrowed the second $150,000. When he moved into the laundromat day one and decided he was going to work there, his troubles started, right? 10 hours a day, doing wash, dry, fold, working his fingers to the bone. It's 10 years later and his lease is up. He doesn't go into the landlord and sign a new lease because he really hates the business and he can't figure out how to make money. He doesn't live in a mansion. He lives in a rented apartment. He doesn't drive a Ferrari to the laundromat and park in the basement like Batman. He takes the bus. At some point, Bob decides that he's going to sell the business, even though he has no income to show, no real income. He has No remaining lease. So really, he's trying to sell a fallacy, a unicorn fart. So Bob hires a guy, and that guy is so terrible at selling businesses that he puts it on Facebook Marketplace. In this scenario, is that broker going to give you that business for free?
No.
Thank you. Is Bob going to give you the keys to the business and walk away?
No, but Bob happens to be the landlord.
There's a but?
Yeah, Bob is the
That's what I was
landlord.
getting at. Who's going to give you the keys to the business?
The landlord.
And so Bob wears more than one hat.
Correct.
So in my made-up scenario, the broker is trying to sell the business. What was the price for the laundromat?
I think they were asking $375K.
It's always 300. $375,000. Does that include real estate? Are you getting the mall for that price?
It's a standalone building. Just a
Are you
laundromat.
getting the real estate?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Okay. What does the dirt appraise for?
So the laundromat with all the equipment, the building, the dirt was 300.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. What does the building appraise for? The dirt meaning the real estate.
Oh, actually, I was looking online, Wisconsin, what it was worth, and it was only worth $125K for the building because the area is pretty, not that good. It's not horrible, but not the best.
I wouldn't blame you for giving him $120,000 because now you own some real estate at or below the reasonable market. Whether or not you have that money liquid, whether or not you'd have to borrow it, whether or not it's a good idea for your portfolio versus mine versus your neighbors, that's a whole nother can of worms and not something that I get into. So let's do the math. What's 125 minus 375?
It's 250.
Very good. You got $250,000 worth of laundromat there, right?
With equipment, but
if you believe that that is the case, then why are we even doing this?
because I don't want to buy the building. I just want to rent the space.
Businesses are bought and sold based on profit, nothing more, nothing less. You have yourself $1 million worth of equipment in a bright, beautiful, brand new 4,000 square foot laundromat. And that $1 million was spent only on equipment. The infrastructure was already there from the previous operator, okay? What is that laundromat worth? Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to make sense of what you said. So it was $1 million.
We have $1 million worth of equipment inside of a laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
It was bought right, good price.
Mm-hmm.
10,000 square foot laundromat. Doesn't matter. I'm making it up.
Mm-hmm.
What's the laundromat worth?
Well, you'd have to look at what the sales were, I would say, what they say,
howdy.
turnkey.
Turnkey.
Yeah.
Turns per day is the term you're grappling
Turns per
for.
day. Correct. Yeah.
Turns per day is something that distributors use to lie to you. So good. But I'm telling you, there's $1 million worth of equipment in there, man. What's the laundromat worth? Just based on that, what's it worth?
just based on that. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't put a price because I need to know more info. How much money is that bringing in? Because you can have $1 million worth of equipment in a bad location and not make anything.
You see, you're regurgitating what I already taught you because I said these exact sentences in the course. These exact sentences.
Correct.
And all you need to do is say, so where's the laundromat? Right? There's a lot of people over here, port side, starboard side. Everybody on the starboard wants to know demographics. Right? The laundromat is located on the moon. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
So unless they revive the Kennedys and we start Apollo 14, you don't have a lot of customers at that laundromat. It's worthless. I constantly turn landlords who happen to be operators into landlords again. Dozens of live calls on my channel of me doing exactly that. So as quickly as we can, without finding out that you sewed the patch in your pants before you put them on, what has transpired thus far? What is the first name and first name only of this business broker?
The business broker gave me no information. What I believe he
You
did.
never knew his name?
Oh, the broker is Carlos.
Okay. Carlos.
But Carlos didn't. Yeah, correct. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize, dude. You talk to Carlos.
Correct. And he let me know where.
When he went from 375,000 to what? What was the best offer he made? I know at some point, if he thought he had a fish on, he was saying, "Oh, did he ask you what you do for a living?"
No, like I said, we were kind of shooting the shit back and forth because he no longer represents the client, according to him.
The first time you ever spoke to him, he was no longer repping the client.
Correct. It
And he
was
said,
already.
I cannot give you his phone number.
Correct.
His name isn't Bob, is it?
No, Carlos couldn't give me the phone number.
So you had the address. So what'd you do next?
So we left it at that. What I believe he did.
How long ago
was
this?
Take my. This was about a week or so ago.
Okay.
But I believe he did. He took my information and forwarded it to the landlord.
Landlord / operator.
Because / landlord operator, yeah. Mm-hmm. And out of the blue this morning, I get a phone call, but I didn't answer because I don't answer calls I don't know. And they left a message that said, "This is Tasha from so-and-so. I represent so-and-so from this laundromat. And I wanted to talk to you about the unique opportunity that you may have for leasing this place." Yeah. So I was kind of like, okay, so unique opportunity to lease the place. Okay, sounds good.
I love that when people string those words together. Right.
So I figured I said, I'm not going to reply to this. Let me text Danny right away and see what we can do. Okay.
First and foremost, it's talking to the cheap seats here. You might have figured out. You probably don't. People don't know the difference. This is live on YouTube right now. First and foremost,
I figured
this is not a rush job. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't do this lease negotiating thing for money. You've heard me say that. I don't do it for money. Otherwise, I'd charge a hell of a lot more, and that should make sense to you. When I have a client says, "Oh my God, this is really, really important. We got to see," that's wrong thinking. It's not important. They're grasping at straws. He couldn't sell the business and the building. He's probably trying to sell them separately. And I keep saying he. We don't know who the landlord is.
Yes. Oh, no, the landlord. Yeah. What I believe, because, I do all that Spokio and all that internet stuff. And this may be their daughter. of Victor Campbell.
Let's not use last names, please. I told you we were live.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it may be Victor's daughter.
Okay.
Because I saw that on when you look this stuff up, daughter, relatives, and this number popped up, and that name popped up.
Can you play the message for me? What did she say?
Oh, hold on one second. I don't know how.
I assume you're not going to be able to play it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But maybe I can look at the message and read it out.
No, I just want to know.
No.
So what you should have done is wrote it into the Google document verbatim what she said.
Oh, the voicemail? Shoot. Yeah.
My clients endlessly do not understand how important all of this is. I keep telling you, no, I don't remember. I wouldn't remember. It's not that I have a poor memory. It's the fact that it's not important to remember these tiny tidbits because we're putting them in the document. When someone calls me a prick, I tend to remember them. I don't lose sleep over it. What about the call made you think she's the daughter? Or is it the fact that she said, my dad? I mean, what, or was it just an internet?
Yeah, she said, no, the internet searched that number, like when I was Googling the,
okay. I wish to God that I knew what she said in the message. Do you remember what she said?
Well, yeah, in the message, yeah, she said, I represent the laundromat. I represent the landlord for the laundromat. That's what she used.
So why do you have Victor's number here separately? Why do you have that number?
Victor is who came up as the LLC owner of that laundromat, which I believe is, her dad. But when you're making this up, because that name just sounds familiar from the Google searches.
So I ran a private investigation firm for 12 years, and I used to have these guys. Well, I don't know why that's funny. I used to have my guys would walk in, or gals, the people that worked for me. I was a general manager. They'd walk in and they'd hold up a file and they'd say, "I found the unsub. I found the subject. I found the guy we're looking for." And they'd slam it down on my desk. "Oh, you found him? Okay. Are they in handcuffs? What do you mean?" And then I open the file and I see that there's nothing more than a cable bill that's 6 months past due on an address that's 6 states away from the place the guy was last seen. You didn't find him. This isn't proof of anything. What I want from you guys is to vet the numbers, find out who's who. Now, this gal called and she said, I represent the guy. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't have the conversation with her. And I've told you, I'm your sword and, more importantly, your shield. I want to make sure you're not having accidental conversations with these people. So she says, my name's Tasha. She didn't say with X company, I just represent the Laundromat.
Correct.
I'm going to call her, David. Now, what else do I need to know?
That's other than they were trying to sell it 3 months ago, and it's just.
But I know all of that. What?
Yeah, and
else do I need to know?
She knows that obviously from this old salesman that I want to lease this. And that's it. So you can take it from there.
Okay, I'm looking at the photographs. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. It's fairly neat. It's clean. It looks, is that faux paint on the walls or is that actual? It is. It's faux paint, right?
Correct. Okay. It almost looked like it could be wallpaper.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like wallpaper, but it's faux paint. Looks like your grandma's house. There's nobody wants to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the square footage?
I had that, and
okay, how many?
I know it's about 2,200 square feet.
How many washers?
Washers, there were about 32 washers. Did I put that down? I had all this information. I guess I didn't put it down. There was like 32 washers and like 30 dryers or 30 washers and 32 dryers. I know it was 30 and 30.
They're single stacks, so we'll double those. Are you all right? You sound like you're having a heart attack.
I was trying to gather this information because I got so many.
Are you
notes
literally
everywhere.
running around in circles to get it? All right, I'm going to call
I
this
was
fraud
about
up. You want to bet $1,000 she doesn't answer the phone?
Yeah, probably because
You
of the
do?
area code, but
No, it's not because of the area code. She puts her number out there. She does business. I'm really sick and tired of clients saying, you know, if you had a local number, I'm not going to spoof my line to call people. Okay. It's a cellular phone.
Okay.
Let's call her up. You can mute your number. Please be prepared to take good notes. Write down what she says. I'm asking you, you're the boots on the ground. What else I need to know? Now go into the document. And if there's something that you feel like you need to want me to say, type it here. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll see it. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll get on that.
Built this up way too much already. Here we go. I Googled her phone number. It doesn't come up with anything, by the way. So she's not a realtor. At least not one that hangs a shingle. Now's where you subscribe, kids. You don't want to miss this action-packed shit. Ask some questions, too, in the comment thing. This is exciting. $1,000. David?
Yes. Danny?
Verify that that is the proper number that you gave me, please.
That's the correct number. She left.
Okay. Are you looking at your caller ID on your phone?
Correct. And the message.
Okay. It's giving me some kind of insane aliens coming down from above.
Really?
We're going to murder you and we're taking over your mind type of noise. That's the best I can describe it. Let's try again. Here we go. Stand by. Now I know you subscribed. Now you give us a big thumbs up. Come on, Talisha. Is it Talisha?
Hello.
Am I saying this right, Talisha?
Yes, this is she. Who's calling?
Hi. My name's Danny. You called my partner David in reference to the laundry.
Hi. You said your name is Danny.
I did.
How are you doing today?
Never felt better, never had more. Talisha, are you a real estate agent? I'm confused as to your involvement in all of this.
So no, I am not a real estate agent, but I am working with Tanjanelle to support her in either selling it, or it sounds like you guys are interested in leasing it.
That is correct. So I've been doing laundries for 20 years. In our travels, we did converse briefly with your broker that was making an attempt to sell it. So you're saying that you're friends with the landlord?
With the owner, yes.
Okay. Well, owner, land, and the landlord, I use these terms non-exclusively because the landlord owns the dirt and the operator runs the laundromat, and it's the same person.
Correct.
Okay. And you're friends.
Correct.
And you're not a realtor.
Correct.
Love it. You're the friend that gets shit done, and so she said, I want her to do it.
Handle my business.
There
yes.
you go. And good for you. I'm that guy in my family. Nobody buys a car without bringing me along. Let me say this, Talisha. I don't know who the landlord is, and I didn't even know it was a female until now. We want to lease this space 15 years long term. We want to give you a reasonable and commensurate amount of rent. It's not going to make anybody rich. and retool the laundromat. We have no intention of running it the way it is. It needs new equipment. I'm not going to ask about the income. We went, my partner David went through that with your former business broker. Being able to sell it for that amount, I'm not going to go into that either. What I think about the sale price, I'm not buying dirt right now. We're not interested in the property. Your friend can sell the, what's her first name?
Tanjanelle.
Tanjanelle?
She goes by Tanji. She goes by Tanji.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I only ask so I can refer to her without saying her. Tanji can sell this. Yeah. Tanji can sell this building and the parking lot and the dirt in a year or 2 or 10, but she's going to sell it with a long-term tenant in place. And I'm telling you this so that you can convey it to her. All I need to know from you is what is the best possible lease rate on a 15-year term. We are normally dealing with large landlords who have a dozen lawyers and 3 real estate agents and 2 bottle washers that I have to talk to. We lease the space. They throw tenant improvement money at us. They throw rent abatement. I'm going to ask for some free rent and some runway here as well. I don't want to shock you. But at the end of the day, Tanji's going to end up with a good tenant, and then she can decide if she wants to keep it, collect the rent. There are no guarantees in life. I'm not going to say a guarantee, but the rent from us is going to come. So she might end up with $300,000 if it's $1 a square foot, but it's going to take her 15 years to get it. Let's get her back to landlording. I don't want to make any assumptions. I'm not even asking questions about how she got into the laundromat, what she paid for it, how it did. Look, it didn't work for her. She'd be running it and she'd be successful and she'd be collecting money. It's an absentee turnkey business, right? Well, bullshit. There's a lot more to it than that. And I know that.
Okay, so I did kind of speak it over with Tanji, and she is interested in possibly leasing it out. She had a couple questions herself. For one, you answered with the term or the length of the lease. She was also interested in knowing how long you would need before you would be willing to move in. And then additionally, she wanted to also know if you had a price in mind that you were looking, that she could see if this was even something that she thought was going to be economically feasible for her.
You are correct. The first question has been asked and answered by accident. The second question, move in. Well, we sign a lease and we're taking possession instantly tomorrow. I'm not concerned about what day of the week it is because we need to get in and order equipment, start retooling this laundry. Again, I think you understand it's not going to be operating the way that it is. We do 24/7 operation. We have great communication with the local police department, all of the things that you can do when you have dozens of stores instead of just one. As for the third question, so what the rate of rent is, I don't know if she owns this building outright. I don't know if she has a hefty mortgage. I don't know if it was a gift from the Magi or her great-grandfather. I don't know any of that. You need to tell me what the reasonable and commensurate rate of rent is. I just can't start by telling you what I want to give you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. So that's something that's already in her mind. You probably know what she wants to collect. And let me say this, I talk fast, I'm eloquent. It doesn't mean that we're going to make you rich with the rent, okay? At the end of the day, let's see what she knows what she was running the laundromat and what she was earning, right? And we should probably all get on the phone. She doesn't need to be afraid to talk to me because you're conveying all of this to her is going to be difficult, let's put it that way. You can call her now if you want.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with passing your phone number to her and seeing if she would be interested in working with you. I do know that she was interested in me kind of talking to you and seeing where your mindset was at. And so if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying if the lease was ready tomorrow, you would move in tomorrow. I put down March 1st, but you're saying
commercial real estate, we say take possession. It's not, I'm not going to live there. I'm not moving in. I'm messing with you, but just different terminology. Tanji, do this. Listen, I'm sorry, I apologize. Talisha, do this. Talk to Tanji. The fact that you are a friend means the world to me. David and I are ready to move on
Mhm.
this thing. I have her come up with a lease rate, and this is my cellular phone number, the number you're looking at. So
Mhm.
feel free to text me if and when we can all get on the phone, and we will do this again. And I'm a nice
Okay,
guy.
so
I'm
I
not going to bite
will.
anybody's head off,
I
and I'm not here to try to
No,
crush
no, no, no.
anybody.
Yeah, I do want to let you know though, just knowing her as I know her, my belief, my perception is going to be that her expectation, regardless if it's me and you on the phone or if it's all four of us on the phone next time, is that you have a number that you are looking that you think is a good number, and then from there for her to work off of it and see if that's
Good.
something that she wants to
Let us
entertain.
know. Reach out to her, and we'll
So
get on the phone.
So I don't know if you want to maybe come up with that number and then text me that number, and then I
We'll
can
talk
present it
about
to
it.
her and see if we should all get on the phone.
So I don't go into Walmart and say I want to spend $5 on this shirt. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't know if it costs them $6 to make the shirt. It's not the way it is.
It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna
Okay,
hurt her
good.
feelings. Trust me.
Let's
She's
get on
heard
the
all
phone.
of the
Get everybody
feedback
together.
from the laundromat, and she's heard all of the feedback from the sales price and the asking price. So it's not gonna hurt her feelings, but I do think that before she commits to wanting to get on the phone, she's very woman. She operates multiple businesses herself. She's gonna want to know if this is something that she should entertain. So she's gonna want that number. So if
I'm
you
not
can
going.
text me
I'm
that
not
number,
going to provide. I'm not going to text you. I don't negotiate through text. I'm not going to provide a number. The folks,
okay. Well,
the
if
folks
you're
that
if
the
you're
folks
willing,
that you have on the telephone are prepared to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars inside of this business. If you'd like to move forward, send me a text.
okay.
Thank
So
you.
well, I thought you said.
Goodbye. There are rules. She's gone, David. There are rules that you live by, right? What is one of those rules? Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to talk to the owner directly. You don't want to text.
She already
No
texted me
voicemail.
back, hey, sorry, we aren't interested.
Oh,
Oh, don't do that. Oh.
okay.
So should I
Okay.
call her back? Should I text
No.
her? Should I
No,
write her?
I already
Should I
know.
call back and say, hey, where do you suppose that the landlord was?
Next to her?
Absolutely. Listening to every word. How do I know that? And why do you think she's sitting next to her? Oh my God, they're commenting on the YouTube right now. No. What makes you think that the landlord was sitting next to her?
This is probably like their first laundromat. They don't know.
Oh my God.
This business.
She just texted me within 3 seconds of me saying, have a nice day. They don't want to do, look, people are the same everywhere. This girl is not a professional real estate agent. If she was, she would know that you have to give me the price. I'm not going to create it. I'm such a sticky bastard that they don't want to do business and lease the place. She still thinks she's going to sell the building. What do we do now, David?
Nothing.
Absolutely correct. Do not answer your phone if you get a call from a blocked line. Do not answer your phone if you're half asleep. Do not communicate with them. This is good cop, bad cop, and I am most certainly the bad guy, and they're going to try to reach out to you because you're nice. Did I curse her out? Did I say anything wrong or untoward? I know my friend, and she's going to want you to come with a price, so just text me the price. No, this is not a schoolyard. And the fact that she's friends with her is also very telling, right? There's a 2% chance that she texted me that because she's pissed and she hasn't discussed it with the landlord. 2%. Because she's not a professional. A professional would never do that. She didn't have time to discuss my potential lease rate, our potential lease rate with her, correct? There's no way she had time to do that. She texted me within seconds. We're not interested. So she's either sitting on her lap or our friend that we spoke with did not do the landlord justice. You understand? Because
Correct.
if it is in fact in her charge, she should communicate with her. And if she's such a wonderful businesswoman who owns multiple businesses, right? She's a hairdresser and also sells lottery tickets. Okay. These are the jokes.
Yeah. I don't understand why she didn't get on the phone and have someone else represent her, not even a salesman. Or
hey, she went from a guy who lists the place on Facebook as her
correct.
broker.
Correct.
Now, if in fact the landlord was listening, good. She heard everything and she was probably sitting there shaking her head. The last thing I want is a shark running this laundromat. Come on, please. Please. Was this urgent? Did we have to jump on the telephone today, right now, this very minute? Of course not. For you, for everyone else listening, for the cheap seats, never is a negotiation urgent. The one that's trying to sell their failure will always say that it is. Hey, man, I got somebody coming to look at the boat. If you want it, you better get over here in the next hour. I'll call him in a week. Hey, still have the boat? What just happened to his argument? Blown up. She went from a $375,000 at, which is preposterous. $100,000 for the building. You could have that whole place for $100K. I would love to talk to them both, but I'm not going to sacrifice your deal to do it. Please. She texts you 11 times. If she texts you, I want you to text me. Okay?
Will do.
Cut, paste, copy, tell me what she writes. But do not communicate with her. I don't care that these are not professional people. They're not. I don't have initials after my name. I'm no professional. I just know how to negotiate. She's no different from some Arab horse trader that lives in New York City who says, tell me the lease rate. Why is it an argument? Why do you have to get upset when I say, no, you tell me what the rate is? I could say 25 cents a square foot, no problem. She just said, texted back, I hadn't even saved her number. Hey, sorry, we aren't interested. Hey, sorry, we aren't interested. Instantly. Cool. I'm going to keep you on here, David, and we're going to go to the mattresses here and talk to the people. Mark says, hello from Oklahoma City. This is for you, Mark. Pablo says, I just sold some crypto and I will buy your silly core standing. Well, Jesus, aren't you supposed to buy a yacht when you sell crypto? You must have sucked at trading crypto. Now it's time to subscribe. Yes, sir. I'm already subscribed. I just gave this a thumbs up. Look at you, Mark. Love you, buddy. Amar Kaul says, that was a nice sound. Oh, yeah. So now we're up to the point when I called her number and it was all black. What brand is your t-shirt? I don't know. Magnum. Tom Selleck brand. It sounded like the owner is expecting money up front. No, she understands that we want to lease it, period. And I'm pretty clear about that in these conversations. I'll tell them up front, there will be no money, no key fee, no nothing. You don't start with that. You don't lead with that. You don't want to make it sound like I'm giving you nothing. But in the initial conversation, she's never heard of TI. She doesn't know what tenant improvement money is. True Wit says, wow, the notification bell works. It does. Guys, if you hit notification, you'll get a thing when I'm going to go live, because even I don't know when I'm going to go live. I don't do schedules. No, thank you. Mark says, never be the first to give a price. Exactly correct. Don't approach the hottest girl at the bar. Never be the first to give a price. There we go. Nobody else getting kicked out of the live and sent back to the beginning. Happening to me twice already. What? That's weird. Max says you can buy it and sell it. I don't know what that means. Go on to the next potential laundromat deal, says Mark. Facebook Marketplace and it didn't sell? What's the world coming to? Yeah. Alex says, could you talk to my landlord and extend my lease? I would. Yes. Get the course first. Alex, the reason is I want you to look at the course and find out whether or not you should even be in that laundromat, whether or not you're doing it right, honestly. Then we can get on the phone the way David and I did, and I can call your landlord. No guarantees, because that landlord, you're looking to extend your lease? Great. Good. We're not only going to extend it, we're going to knock some money off because you are resetting the lease. It's not like an apartment in Brooklyn where, it's 2,000 last year, this year it's 3, next year it's 4. We reset, and we'll talk about that, how we perfectly negotiate that reset. The Wash Laundromat, she had an answer too fast. Exactly right. You wrote TO, but yes, too fast. She's either sitting with her or she's not doing justice to her friend. How did she provide the answer so quickly without the landlord being next to her? Correct. Why would you not want the building? ? Mike, that's a good question. And I said this, maybe David does want the building. Maybe you do want the building. Maybe you are a real estate guy. I went into all of this. For me and you and many, many of my students, this is a cash flow play. Okay? We're after cash flow. A true cash flow play means sign a lease. What'd that cost you? Nothing. Retool the store using other people's money. A loan costs you nothing. There will be no money down. Period. Knowing how to ask, understand. We're getting into the sticky widget. We're getting into the weeds here, but it's cash flow play. You want to get into a real estate play? Great, buy the building. She's asking $375,000 fucking dollars. It's not worth that, not even close. If it was a hair salon, would it be $400,000 because there's a Supercuts in there? See how stupid that sounds? And it's not the equipment. The equipment is worthless because it can't make money because the fucking store's on the moon. Now you're getting me mad. Max says, yeah, he would want the dirt at the correct price. Yes, I ended up with many, many strip malls in my time. Mark is back. Is this a standalone laundromat? Yes, it is. Max says, but making a deal with these simple-minded people trying to sound intelligent is going to be tough. Yeah, you look, I can throw some curveballs. I'm a linguist. I didn't call her young lady, right? That would have been hurtful. I didn't do it. Something as simple as that. I don't torpedo deals, guys. I give as good as I get. Let's put it that way. She's pissed because I wouldn't give her a price? Nah. This deal is not done. They're going to reach out to you, David. They're going to text and try to call you. Jody says, keep scouting other places.
They do.
Keep scouting other places. Plenty of fish out there. Fish? What? XL Fireworks. Holy shit. I sell fireworks. Sounds like the same process. The owner always thinks it's worth more money than the place is worth. Dude, Danny at freelaundromat.com. Send me an email. I need some fireworks that aren't legal in Arizona. What? Who said that? I get them from Utah anyway, from the reservation. Cash flow, says Mark. Let the landlord pay for all the upkeep. Yeah, there you go. Again, different thing, compartmentalize. I own tons of real estate. I have real estate in another country. You can't own the boat slip. You can own the boat. It's a different thing. Jose says, I just subscribed and smashed the like. Look at you, Jose. Thank you. What's your brother's name? Jose B. Boom, boom. Come on. That's not racist. It's just funny. David's laughing. I thought it was $125,000 for the building. No. Their only price was $375 for the whole kit, including a failed laundromat that's not making any money, right? They never wanted to show you numbers, correct, David?
Correct.
Oh, it's a cash business, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's so fucked. Okay, show me the books. She doesn't keep books. Lie. Anyone who has ever owned a cash business keeps records. Let's just say that they don't deposit the money in the bank. I guarantee you they keep records. Whether it's a kid's lemonade stand, they've got a sticky note. That's a record. Every kid knows we made $11.25 on Friday. Every kid. And if you think I'm wrong, what did Al Capone go to federal prison for life for? Tax evasion, because he wrote everything down in a book. And that was murder, mayhem, extortion and prostitution, and illegal booze. And he wrote it all down in a book because that's the way you do. So the moment that you say to a broker, oh, that's okay, they didn't deposit everything, I understand, show me the books. Oh, they don't keep books? Lie. You ever owned a cash business, David? Ever?
No.
If you did, would you keep books?
Yes.
Of course you would.
To make sure you profit.
Of course you would. The thousands of people I have consulted with on the telephone, I'll ask them that question when they ask about, well, I looked at one for sale, but they didn't have books. Have you ever owned a cash business? They say, yeah, you know, my dad had a food truck. Did you deposit every single penny that you made? No. Did you keep books? Absolutely. How do we know how many buns we need to order next year for the hot dogs? How do we know if we're doing better this year than last? How do we sell the hot dog stand for $1 million? It's preposterous. I love the Al Capone thing because I'm a fucking genius for coming up with it. All right, a couple more questions. Danny, have you had owners call you about leasing their space from your podcast? I don't have a podcast. I don't know what that is. Yes, I've had all kinds of communication coming in from operators. If you knew me, you'd know we don't use the term owner. There's operators and landlords. I know I'm splitting hairs. Can't help myself. Yeah, people communicate me in a lot of ways. If that's you, if you reach out to me, it's not going to go anywhere because I'm not a broker. I'm not going to put you with a client. I just don't do that. My client, like David, will go out. He will physically scout a laundromat. He will put it in front of me. Or plenty of people who've seen my course, they make the calls themselves. I don't think they should, but they do. Mark says, laugh my ass off. Best live stream on YouTube. Well, thank you, Mark. I'm glad you're laughing your ass off. Lovato says, got my laundromat, watching the course again and then again. You got a free laundromat, did you not? I believe you did. David, you need to see a doctor. It sounds like you're dying over there. You're all... What are you, nervous that you're on YouTube? Even cash contractors deposit the cash in the bank. Show me the bank statements. You're not understanding, Jose. You don't have to put the cash in the bank, and that's their first lie. Oh, it's a cash business. I don't deposit all of it. Okay. Show me your books. That's my point. I always deposited every single dime. I made enough money. It didn't matter. I wasn't trying to skim. Mr. Fireworks says, maybe I should get in the laundromat business. Absolutely. And I'm not here to tell you you should or shouldn't. I'm here to tell you to get a silly course that's inexpensive, not cheap. Get it. Watch it. There's a link in the description. Danny, all my machines are running older Dexters. Should I retool? Send me an email, dude. Yeah, of course you should retool. If you have the stores, you should have my phone number. Do you? I sure did, and you can keep the refund. He's referring to the fact that you get my course, you open your laundromat, you get your money back. Dude, we should talk. Wade, you should. XO Fireworks. The water's fine, pun intended. Oh, you're going to put out the fireworks with that. I got shit to do. I appreciate each and every one of you. There's 48 of you on here right now. Go into the regular comments and make a comment about fireworks. Do it now. 48 comments right now. Not here in the stream, in the regular video. Goodbye, David. Thanks for your time. You got your
Thanks.
marching orders.
You too.
Me too. I don't know what that means. Later.